live at another day at Synergy Cafe. This is your friend Bradley G and Friendly Fridley, which is the World Nerve Center headquarters of my home office. And in the green room, I've got my friend Jeremy. He's an RV guy from Canada, and he's down in Costa Rica. So let's go see how Pura Vida is doing with Mr. Jeremy. Jeremy, hi.
Pura Vida, indeed.
I can hear you and everything. That's pretty cool. Looks like we're not going live on Facebook. It gave us some issues here. So,
okay, well, whatever.
For those that don't know, it's still live on LinkedIn and YouTube.
We can only go live where we can go live, and we're both alive. So isn't that fun?
I'm alive. Yes. So let me find out what our little topic is today. We're talking about gig workers.
Yes, we are. We decided on gig work, and we decided gig work is going to be Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, anything that basically uses an app, to get you around to these deliveries. Yeah. Yeah,
like DoorDash and stuff
apologies. Like that. Exactly. Apologies now if I do decide to reload the symbol, because I don't know. It's overcast. I'm outside, and who knows what's going to happen. But
internet
if I disappear, I'll come back. Yeah.
I give grace to the internet. It's still pretty fascinating that I can be talking to you and you're in Costa Rica sitting outside. It's kind of bizarre that happens.
Yeah. Quick little show of where I am and what I see.
Nice. Is that the ocean over the hill there?
Somewhere over that direction is Lake Nicaragua. That's all I know.
Okay. You're well informed.
Yeah, I can see it from the top of the hill. But yeah, let's get into this, shall we? Gig workers.
Okay, I'm just reading some of our script up here.
Sure.
I guess just going randomly from what I understand, I remember years ago I was driving for Lyft.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that gig because I would just drive around until I made $100 and then I'd come home. And you're in control of when you want to go, or if you want to go, you can do anything. There is issues with you never know who you're going to pick up, and sometimes they got weird lifestyles, and there's a possibility of accidents. You got to be a good driver. But
absolutely
in my entrepreneurial journey, looking for ways to make money. There was a guy that was showing us how to make $10,000 a month as a YouTube driver. And I thought, how's he going to do that? And the way he did it was he created a course of how to, really help your customers. And then he made the money selling the course. So I kind of don't agree with that. That's there's too many people selling these courses, teaching people how to sell courses to people to teach them how to sell courses.
He was a side hustler with a side hustle, is what he was. Okay.
Yes. So smart marketer, I guess.
So you're not the only one that did gig work. We did actually interview, or I guess not interview, but as we were preparing, we kind of had a delivery driver who reached out to us. They spent a couple of years inside the system as well. And I think what stood out for them wasn't kind of frustration, more disappointment for that matter, because they said that the income just never lined up with what was implied going in. And that theme came up more than once while we were putting the show all together. So,
I think that's often that happens, the kind of thing. Like I know that sometimes you made more when you're in certain areas because it was, really, really busy. If there's a football game going or something.
Yes. You are correct on that one. Not only that, but I know offhand. So when we were in Calgary, Canada, just prior to catching the flight to come down to Costa Rica, we had used Uber a lot. Mm-hmm. There in Canada, it's called Uber. So I remember one of the Uber drivers kind of asked them, I said, so do you make a living off of this? As he's driving his brand new, 2025, whatever it was, Nissan something. And they said, you make a living? He says, no, I don't. I want to drive more. I'm looking for a second job.
Wow.
Well, what do we do? Yeah. So
Well, I
gig
heard it
work
the other way.
doesn't.
I heard it the other way too, of people that
You
are
say
actually
what?
making a living at it, but they're driving a lot. You go out, they call them like the Friday night, Saturday night stuff where there's people going all over the place downtown. It's just more
Mhm.
dangerous and more of a hustle,
Yeah,
but they do make a living. So it's kind of a hard living.
very much so. Yeah. So and so for some people it's a bridge, I guess. It's for others it becomes a main thing that they do, but neither of those is wrong, is it?
No, I
You
think
know.
as an entrepreneur or a self-employed person, you need to get innovative. Like I
Yeah.
think I told the story about Amanda Palmer. She was a singer-songwriter that used to play on the street and ask for tips. And then she learned about that platform called Patreon, and she started recording
Mhm.
herself with her phone, and her online exposure blew up, and now she's a millionaire.
Hmm.
So if a person can get outside of the box of thinking that all I can do is drive this little car and get paid per gig, what if you went a step further and while you're waiting for the next ride, you got your phone up and you're doing a little
Yeah.
interview about what you're doing, about your other side hustle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No,
get
for sure.
creative.
And we're not here to bash gig work. We're here or to glorify it for that matter. We're
What? I thought that's what it just kidding.
well, unless we're driving. No, and you know what? If anybody's driving right now, just or listening later for that matter, if you don't agree with us, skepticism's fine. Let's hear about it. So
Sure.
let's start with gig work. Why it made sense in the first place. We don't have slides to share this time, so we're gonna kind of read them out loud, I guess.
We can do that, or I can kind
Technology
of do what
issue.
I was doing.
Sure, it's up to you. I know
Well,
from
let
the
me
first
let me
slide it's
pop this up so people can see that we actually did try.
okay.
So there, see?
Scale and adoption. There you go. Exactly. I like it. So this
Yeah.
this basically explains what does it say there? Approximately 60 million people earned income via gig work in 2023 and 2024. Those are those estimates. This is not really updated for 25 or 26 because the stats only went up as far as 23 and 24 at that time.
Okay.
Rideshare and delivery are among the top app-based gig categories. So, like we said, Uber, what's the other one there? That food delivery one. Can't remember.
There's DoorDash.
DoorDash, thank you. But yeah, Lyft, Uber, DoorDash. You could probably say pizza delivery, depends, but
Kind of.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a gig thing. I mean, I don't know. I guess you got to deliver it when the pizza's got to be delivered. You got to be there to get it and go.
it'd be
Because
kind of like that
the,
DoorDash thing anyway.
the Uber Lyft thing, if you don't want to turn on the app, you don't have to.
Yeah. Or you can ignore the calls, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then, yeah, participation type, majority participate part-time rather than full-time, which I can see that as well. Parents, people between jobs, students, people dealing with health stuff, people stacking income. Those are the more full-time or part-time participants than the full-time participants.
Yeah, you might have multiple gigs. You might
That's
drive
right.
for Lyft in the morning, and then you go out and do your deliveries in the afternoon when it's lunchtime, and then give people rides home. I actually enjoyed doing the Lyft thing because it did have that freedom, and I got to drive people to the casino. And there was another Asian guy. I used to take him to his dialysis appointments every day or every
Yeah.
whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Another guy, he was kayaking, and he needed to drop his kayak upstream, and then so I took him from where his car was to where his kayak was, and it was a
Mhm.
short trip, wasn't very long, but he tipped me like $30, so it made it well worth it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
you
if
can
you
get
can
that
connect with
sometimes,
them, exactly, that's what you need. Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
is an
So,
undeniable thing.
the appeal is simple, right? You can sign up fast, start earning quickly, and I bet you can log in when you want, like you had said there. So
Yeah,
you
but
know
sometimes
the person the person
go ahead.
that I kind of connected with here said that they didn't start driving because they were reckless or desperate, but they started because gig work looked like a practical option at the time. So that kind of made it interesting.
Well, the COVID thing shifted a lot of people's thoughts on the gig work. A lot of ended up doing that kind of thing. And because they
Sure.
weren't able to work, they realized how to be more of a minimalist. And they realized that, hey, I can do this. And they just did a little
Yeah.
part-time job as
Yeah.
a barista at a coffee shop. And then they would do a little DoorDashy thing, deliver some pizzas, sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So it's kind of all sorts of
Yeah.
little gigs.
Yeah. If you want to earn cash, that's the best way to get that side hustle income, I guess, is what it boils down to. We should
Well,
probably segue into that income reality of a gig worker. What do you think the gross versus net kind of information results into?
right there.
Ta-da!
Gross hourly wages.
There you go.
20 to 30 hours a week is around 20 to $30 an hour.
There you go. If you were only getting $20 to $30 per week, that would be not worth driving. I don't think.
Lowercase gigs, huh?
Yeah, no, $20 to $30 per hour sounds better. That's what gross hourly ranges were reported at. But now, if you put in your net, meaning if you add things like, I don't know, rush hour spikes or weekends or things like that, it
demand
gets down to the low to mid teens after expenses. Exactly.
Yes. You have to take into consideration the wear and tear in your vehicle, because there's plenty of that. Driving over potholes here in Minnesota and all that stuff.
You don't have any potholes there, do you?
It's one big pothole. We got Lake Mille Lacs and Lake Superior. Let's see.
Oh.
Net hourly ranges commonly reported low to mid teens after expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some people don't think about that. They just think about the money in, because as an employee, you don't realize the expenses that your employer has.
Exactly.
You just think they must be making a lot of money with all these trucks coming and going.
Yeah, once you average it out across a full week, many drivers report something closer to the mid-teens, don't they, after that? If two drivers in the same city were kind of competing, right? I like that. You can get rid of that. Get rid of that screen too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize what I was doing, because it's automated, kind of like.
Yeah, two drivers in the same city can have totally different weeks just based on timing.
Yeah. I don't know that there's so much of that I want this driver kind of thing. It's kind of like you get what you get.
Well, one thing I learned, and I will be honest about this, in Costa Rica when we first landed, there are Uber drivers here too, so that was kind of a nice relief at one point. I had to get from point A to point B, and I didn't have our truck yet, so I had to rely on Uber. And when I got the Uber driver to take me to the location that I needed to, he was kind enough to be my driver for the day, kind of thing. So he ended up taking me into town, and he just kept getting little dings saying, "Oh, go pick up this person." He turned all that off, and he says, "You pay me whatever you need to pay me, and I'll drive for you."
Okay. Yeah, see, that's an interesting way of doing it. Sure.
They kind of have this, they're kind of like a taxi, I guess, in that instance at that point in time, but you basically pay them for the trip that they were going to make in the beginning, and then just add on to that.
That's how we did it in
sometimes
Jamaica.
It worked, sometimes it didn't, and it was really helpful.
I used to vacation in Jamaica, and we would hire a guy for 3 weeks. He was just he just understood that we need a ride down at this time, and this time pretty much every day. And then in between there, he would just do his own thing.
Yeah.
And he liked to just have that constant work for 3 weeks.
Did you connect with him as far as like getting his phone number and just text him, say, hey, I need a driver?
Well, we became very good friends with him. We even brought him to Minnesota to experience our February winters.
Yeah.
We used to talk to the Jamaicans, and we would tell them that the lakes actually freeze and they cut holes in the lakes, chop out the ice, and they fish. And he goes, no, man, they don't do that, man. Oh, yeah, you drive trucks out on the lake. No, man. They didn't believe it.
Yeah. Ice fishing is there for a reason. Yeah, absolutely. So what are some of the costs people feel later is one of the next slides we going on to. And we know,
look at this. Boom, there we go.
We know that fuel is one of those costs. This is what takes your $30 down to $15. Fuel prices, and especially fuel prices in California, I've seen lately. $6 a gallon. Is that like robbery?
Yeah. It's well, California, you gotta drive, and you can't do much public transportation kind of stuff.
I wouldn't even imagine what Ubers are making over in that location. But maintenance and wear increases with mileage, so tires, brakes, oil.
Plenty of
definitely that. Depreciation. This is maybe why I saw lots of those new drivers having newer vehicles.
Well, with those things, you have to have up to a certain year of a vehicle, or they won't let you drive.
Yeah,
you can't drive around with no heater.
And apparently, more than one device. The one guy had 3 cell phones that he was operating. One personal, one work, and I don't even know what the third one was for, but maybe backup.
And they're juggling Lyft and Uber. They're doing both.
Yeah, that's possible.
So you can only have one on your phone can only open up one app at a time.
Yeah. So insurance is another cost I see on that list, personal versus commercial.
And that can probably go up because now you've got higher risk because you got unknown people in your car.
True. Let's see, unpaid time waiting, repositioning, cancellation. So I guess, yeah.
And the last one I don't go for because if you got time, you can do something else, especially in this affiliate marketing
nowadays.
On your phone, yeah.
Yeah, nowadays you can.
You can find something to do.
Yeah, I know that I know nowadays you can. What did I disappear? Oh, there I am. Yeah, so the cost and where the person that we talked to there mentioned that the real pressure didn't show up immediately. It crept in over time as costs stacked. And the issue for them wasn't just the fuel, but it was realizing how much of the risk sat on the driver. So that's kind of a...
Well, that's the reason I quit doing it, because I had 3 situations where close calls for accidents.
Mm-hmm.
One was a pedestrian, one was a bicycle, and one was a car. And that's when I kind of said, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, you have to be really on the ball, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you're out there in traffic. You bet you do.
And it doesn't come, that's your stress level. It doesn't come from one bad week. It comes from what, average week stacking up to, or how many hours a day did you end up driving?
Accumulative stress. I didn't drive very much. Again, I would just drive around until I made $100. And sometimes you're doing a long trip. But there are some other things, like I had a person that left their phone in my car, and I had driven them all the way over to Wisconsin. And then I drove back home, which is the western side of Minneapolis. And then I realized, oh my God, their phone is in my car. And I had to figure out how to get a hold of her to tell her that I had her phone, because she didn't have a phone. I can't remember how I did it. I think I ended up calling a friend of hers or something. And then her friend contacted her or something. And then I had to drive all the way back to give her phone. And she said, thanks.
Mm. So, thanks. So there's your fuel wasted, and there's
yeah.
Well, that sounds like a time and demand issue, and ironically, that's our next stage, I suppose.
You are so good at this. Just segue.
Isn't that fun?
It's good. You give me a lead to follow. I like it. Ta-da, there it is. Time
Perfect.
and demand distribution.
Gig
I like
work.
these graphics.
This graphic's neat. Gig work is flexible, but it's not truly free. You can choose when you log in, but you cannot choose when demand shows up.
Yeah.
What's that first box? Earning concentration. So earnings concentrated during peak hours, mornings, evenings, and weekends. That I agree with. I know, meal times, Uber drivers are especially on the ball. Demand fluctuation, demand in, what did it say? Fluctuates daily and seasonably. Boy, that wording is really small to read for me for some reason. That's okay.
Yeah, because
Okay,
like I can see how it can be seasonal, and also when there's special events that come to town, you go to work,
Right. Yeah.
And then there's
Okay,
the
and so I went
airport
back.
issues too.
The airport, yes. Did you say airport?
Airport, because they got regulations of how you do that, and you have to have a special permit to do airport pickups
True.
and things.
True. You can't just park where taxis would normally park, for that matter, because you're not classified as a driver.
Right.
Yeah.
I did airport drop-offs, but I didn't do airport pickups.
So this slide, I think it kind of went backwards. Earnings concentration, then insensitive redistribution. Incentive, not insensitive. Incentive redistribution. So the incentives used to redistribute driver availability. I'm thinking probably by that it means that the bonuses and incentives train the people to drive when the app wants them to. Does that make sense?
It gives you a map of hot spots. This is the area on the map where stuff is happening. So if you're in the area, you can drive into the area, which increases the probability of you getting a ping.
Okay, so that's the, see, I didn't know how that app system worked, and that's a good thing that you kind of have that background knowledge. So the algorithmic visibility affects trip frequency. So that would, I guess you learn pretty quickly that availability doesn't equal predictability. Would that be?
Yeah, especially if it's a special event
Kind of
thing and you didn't know that the event was happening.
Method behind that madness.
What was that?
See? Oh, I just froze again. That's normal.
Normal for you.
I froze again. So yeah,
we freeze different here in Minnesota.
Yeah, you got snow. So this person again reaching out, they told us the moment trust really broke wasn't about money, but it was when something serious happened and the response felt impersonal. I guess that's when gig work stopped feeling flexible and started feeling transactional. If that makes sense.
There's that, and there's also
for the time and plot.
Some people are nice and some people aren't. So
yeah.
Like I had a guy put a cigarette out on the top of my car because he didn't know what to do with it. So he put it out on the top of my car. I thought, well, that's not kind. But he didn't know better.
Yeah, people are weird after, and especially like you say after COVID, a lot of these things, people just got weirder and weirder, and I think it's probably a lot harder to maybe even be a gig worker now compared to when it first came out, just because
it definitely would.
Maybe a lot more. Yeah, but a lot more entitlement has shown up in the people, and I can vouch for that, especially during the summers.
Yeah. They have the ways that they want you to drive. It's literally a backseat driver.
Yeah.
Telling you how fast to go and where to turn.
Literally. So that I guess that transitions somehow. How do I want to word this here? You have to kind of be flexible inside of someone else's system, right?
You
wanna,
mean someone else's system being the app for
so
the gig?
you're the backseat driver, and you got to kind of, yeah, like you're waiting for your driver to come and take you to that place. You can't tell them what to do because their app is literally telling them where it's taking them, or taking them where it's telling them.
Exactly, because some people say, I know the area, I live around here. I want you to take a right up here. And I go, I can't because this thing says that I got to do it this way. And that's the way I got to follow it. I can't be just driving around because it's going to,
Yeah.
you have to follow the app. Yes.
Follow the algorithm. There you go.
So
Oh,
if
I
we
got a
moved
nice
into
fly flying around my
income
head.
volatility characteristics now.
That we can. Yes, we can say why second income conversations start. This is the fun part.
Yeah, because why would a person want a second income? That just sounds like just another job. I have a job I want to do, and now I'm going to have a second one? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoops.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I don't know what I'm doing.
You pressed a button and then another button and then another button.
Yeah, I double tapped, and I shouldn't have.
Double tapped. I watched that movie once. Double.
Spinal tap. Weekly income variance common among drivers. Yeah, you can't really predict your income like you can with the job.
Mm-hmm. And earnings stop immediately when driving stops. That is a direct correlation between active work hours and compensation.
That's true. As soon as you push that button, you got to check. See, did I get a tip, or did I get a 5-star rating, or are they mad at me? Or
yeah, no built-in compounding mechanism. This is an interesting one. Absence of automatic reinvestment or progressive interest accumulation. So there's none of that when you're driving.
That's true. It is what it is. I guess you could say that if you're a good driver, they'll start tipping you better, because they even have things where they you start having treats and stuff in the back seat, where you put a little candy place, little granola bars and stuff, and
Little suckers for good behavior, kind of like visiting the
all
doctor's
that kind of
office.
stuff. And that's an extra expense, but that might be, hey, I love going to this guy, could give me a bag of peanuts, so I'm going to work with him. So I guess that could be looked at as compounding, getting more gigs. Planning difficulty increases. What's that?
If you stop driving, then that means the income stops.
Yeah, as soon as you push that button.
Froze again. Yeah. Never mind.
Yes, as soon as you push the button that the ride's over, the ride's over. The money stops right there.
Yeah.
No, there's one thing we didn't even really talk about.
Yeah, you're saying.
Huh?
What did we not talk about? What do you got in that?
The safety factor that being a gig worker and specifically driving, but also things like DoorDash, there's these people that do this carjacking thing. And I read about it where they get a ride, then they carjack the driver and they take his phone. Then they use his phone to book their next ride and carjack that person. So there is some danger in this kind of gig working.
So that's kind of like once the trusty roads, yeah, I can see that. Once trusty roads, kind of people start asking the quieter questions about the stability.
Yeah.
So like carjacking, yeah, that's an interesting factor. Safety is number one priority. I like that. Good point to bring up.
Okay, where are we at? Are we finished with this slide 5?
We are. We can chit chat a little bit more, I guess, about it if we have anything more to say about it.
Well, the last thing was the planning difficulty increases with variability. Greater uncertainty complicates long-term financial forecasting and budgeting. Yeah. Again, you can't really predict what kind of rides you're going to get. I mean, imagine you're making good money with your ride share thing, and all of a sudden the COVID thing hits and everybody can't go anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
You're with everybody else.
So what are people actually looking for then, is the question.
Looking for a
gig
worker?
The reported worker objectives.
Well, I would think that they want to make as much as they can.
Yeah, then are they looking for the replacement for the gig work, or I mean, if you're doing that full time, like that one driver, like I said, that we had, he says, I'm looking for more work. If that's what they're looking for, if that was their full-time job, well, then there's got to be something else onto it.
About what you and I are doing with the affiliate marketing model. You're putting these things out there where your income ends up being passive, and because this gig working is not passive at all. If you're not working, you're not earning.
No.
And there's a cap on it.
No, you want to add something with a little bit more stability.
And there's a cap on it because the Uber and Lyft app, they'll only pay you so much. They got that all calculated out because they got to make a profit too. Whereas with the affiliate model stuff, especially something like a subscription or a membership based thing, you basically can stack income on top of each other.
Yeah, you want more income that kind of grows without adding more hours. So that's where I think slide 6 can be shown just as a visual while we talk about the rest of this stuff here.
Okie dokie.
This will be our last slide.
And we'll just do the big wave and it just shows up. Look at that. Reported worker objectives. Okay, I'll read them. Desire for more predictable income patterns. I don't know. I guess it's good to I've never really had a predictable income except for when I was working a job. I know that I'm going to get my paycheck every Friday or every other Friday. But me, I've kind of been a gig worker with the magic things. I don't know what December is going to be like. Usually December, January, that's the holiday months. Yeah. But I don't know what it's going to be like February, March, April. I don't know unless I look back last year to see what it was like. But there's no guarantees. So I don't have a predictable pattern.
It fluctuates a lot.
The upside with the affiliate kind of thing is you can kind of predict because you can see where your analytics have gone. And that's relevant to the traffic you drive to your offers is going to be relevant to the numbers. And they say numbers. So
for gig work, interest in reducing resilience on a single platform. So there again, if you wanted the affiliate model income as your side hustle on top of this, this is kind of you don't rely on a single platform. Now you got two platforms. You got Uber, Lyft, and then you have what pro platform we use, which is the Wealthy Affiliate.
Well, it's probably like most people, they only understand the concept of a job.
And
if you have a job where you're working, going. Yeah, you're starting to cut out.
I keep freezing, Brandon. So, yeah, I keep freezing.
If you have a job, it's hard to do anything on the side because your employer would not so much like that if you're occupied with something that isn't job related.
Yeah.
But you can't put all your eggs in one basket. It used to be that way when I was a kid. My dad, he worked 40 hours for 40 years, that kind of thing. It's not that way anymore with the job market. I even saw a thing the other day that you got to be careful about giving your 2-week notice because they might go, we'll just let you go today.
Yeah. Totally agree on that one.
So What about this one for preference for transferable skills?
I guess they're in that one it'd be more like income kind of that grows without adding more hours. I don't know.
Well, transferable
looking for
skills, I guess I would look at it as I think marketing is a skill and sales is a skill. And the reality is if you do want to do jobs, you basically are marketing yourself and selling yourself to your potential employer. So I think that would be a good transferable skill. If you want to go job to job to job, you could do that.
Organizational skills would probably fit in there too, because you're looking at maps and trying to organize yourself driving from point A to point B. And so that could apply carrying over to, I guess, learning directions or what have you like that.
And this last one on this slide I
Then
like because it's interest in income not strictly tied to hours. I like that.
Correct.
I don't like the hourly compensation myself.
Sorry, I'm being distracted by horses.
Oh, I thought maybe it was a bear.
No, I got the horses in the corner there trying to have a little wrestle fight over there. Love it. Don't mind me, I'm just enjoying outside for a change.
Well, that's what you do. I mean, you're how old are you, Jeremy? I don't even know.
So take the average number of weeks in a year.
Oh, stop it.
We haven't hit midlife crisis yet. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me.
I won't.
Figured it.
That's to be determined another day.
But you're doing what a lot of people would like to do, being able to just make money with different websites and be out enjoying nature and stuff.
So I can make money with websites, but here's what I don't do. I don't do like all the other internet gurus out there and say, hey, I've made enough money to make a Lamborghini payment. No, that's not the case. I do the behind the scenes builds on one of my websites, and that's the from 0 to 100K.
Hey, I've got a graphic image for that.
And not only that, but these professions and jobs, I make the blueprints, and the blueprints for the gig workers is up and live. So if you want your free blueprint, visit that link. Check out the blueprint for gig workers, and that is a 30-day window or PDF file that you will get in your email inbox, giving you the opportunity to learn the online business side of things alongside your gig work profession.
See,
that's
here's how you can get a hold of us.
Yes. And we're not here for advice or strategies, just experience.
Yeah.
That's the WW. Doesn't stand for Wealthy Wednesday. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Wealthy Wednesday.
Or just WW.
What
that
else?
Works,
WW.
What else?
So yeah. Well, I'm just thinking we've used Wealthy Affiliate as a learning platform. We know it's not fast or guaranteed and not for everyone, but we can say officially that we understand how the affiliate models work and why they work. And they're basically there to help people out, you know.
Well, the thing is with anything that's on the internet, I mean, what's going on right now with AI and everything, and nobody knows what's real and things, but the internet is always changing. Yep. So what's nice about being in this Wealthy Affiliate stuff is all of a sudden they're starting to tell you about new things. And I remember there was some controversy and people were bashing Wealthy Affiliate because things weren't up to date. It's not that they're not up to date. It's that the old stuff is still there. You know, sometimes they say history repeats itself. So you might have to look into it. Maybe AI has changed what SEO does, but maybe SEO will come back. Maybe SEO will be a new thing relevant to AI search. We don't know how it's
Yep.
going to go. That's why you got to have your finger on the pulse of the industry. It's a weird
Well,
industry.
look at how much social media has transformed over the years.
Yeah, remember the bulletin
Even that's
boards?
well, on this day in history, surprise, fun fact, kind of weird but true, but Facebook launched on February 4th in 2004.
Really?
Started as a college project, and now it runs half the internet's ad budgets, which is why evolution is so wild.
Yeah, it is. 2004 doesn't seem all that far away.
No, it does not. But in reality, yes, it does.
Happened fast.
That's a long ways away.
You froze up again. Come back.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm gone. I'm back. I'm gone. It's just pure Vito over here. That's what I get.
That's right. It's those macaws and the toucans are getting in the way of the airwaves. Are we
next
done?
week, I promise I won't freeze. Yeah, we are. I won't disclose too much, but I think we'll run a great episode for next week. Focuses on those that work on houses. So like, let's say HVAC operators and some installation things. I think that's what we should reel in next week. What do you think?
I do. The real estate world has always been fascinating to me because it's something that is mandatory. You need to have a roof over your head for shelter. It's one of Maslow's hierarchies.
We did real so we did the real estate realtors show already, but let's bring in different reasons behind that. So I think that's
the reason
that's what you'll see us doing next week.
The reason I brought that up is because real estate being a house, there's a lot of things that you need to do to take care of your house, your abode, the maintenance of it and all. Yeah, I mean, you got the same thing with your RV. You got to do oil changes and stuff. And ever have a leaky roof, you got to fix something going on there or something. You got to fix that stuff in your castle.
Got to keep the repairs active. Got to weld a new hitch on eventually.
Okay, buddy. I'm going to put you in the green room and then close this off and we can talk further.
Sure. Appreciate doing the show. It's a good one.
Okie dokie, Smokey. Look out for those snakes. There you have it, my friend Jeremy, the Canadian in Costa Rica. So this has been Synergy Cafe. And if you're welcome to tune back in if you want to try and find Jeremy or myself. We're on this webpage right here. Just go to magicbrad.com/ww. See that WW? Woohoo! Okay, peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good, be kind, be nice. Did I say be nice? Yes, I did. Be nice. Bye.